What if a child's death is the oldest mystery in America, and the shocking truth has been buried in a cardboard box since 1957? Found beaten, naked, nameless, he was America's unknown child. And now, but still unknown, he's finally called Joseph Augustus Zarelli. But who killed him? This is a cold case that's haunted Philadelphia and the nation for 65 years. Philadelphia, February 25, 1957. A cold, gray morning in the city's Fox Chase neighborhood. A young college student walked along Susquehanna Road searching for rabbit traps when he stumbled upon something horrifying. A naked boy, wrapped in a blanket, placed in a worn cardboard box made for a baby bassinet. No toys, no mother, no name. He was between 4 and 6 years old, bruised, beaten, malnourished, and mysteriously groomed. Who was he? Where did he come from? Officials were left with only questions. This small body became a national enigma, forever known as the boy in the box. The boy's body lay undisturbed for days, frozen in time. An initial autopsy revealed he was malnourished, battered, possibly sick. His hair was trimmed, his nails cut, suggesting someone tried to clean him. Scars, possibly surgical, hinted he might have had medical treatment. Cause of death? Homicidal blunt force trauma. Authorities plastered his photo across the city, hoping for someone to say, "I know him." They canvassed schools, hospitals, foster homes, but leads dried up. No missing child matched. No family came forward. America's unknown child lay nameless for decades. Over the decades, theories bloomed and died hard. Some believed he was a refugee, possibly from post-war Europe, perhaps a Hungarian immigrant, lost or abandoned. Neighbors reported a strange accent, but nothing concrete. The boy may have lived in a nearby foster home. One foster family had matching blankets, suspicious scars, but all children inside were accounted for, no bodies linked. A woman, initials M, told investigators her mother bought the boy and later beat him. Her claims were sensational, but unverifiable. Police dismissed them due to mental health concerns. Crime scene artist Frank Bender suggested he was given a girl's haircut, perhaps to disguise gender. Might the victim have lived in hiding? Decades passed. Each theory fizzled without proof, until science advanced. In 2019, investigators exhumed the boy's remains. They extracted DNA from degraded bone samples. 2 years later, advanced genetic genealogy finally cracked the code. He became known, Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born January 13, 1953. Philadelphia held a memorial service in January 2023, marking what would have been his 70th birthday. Finally, the boy had a name and a story. Joseph was the son of Mary Elizabeth Plunkett and Augustus John Zarelli. By 1957, both parents had passed away. He lived in West Philly. Some neighbors might remember him, or a little-haired giggle echoing down a street. But no one claimed his body. No one admitted losing a son. The homicide remains open and unresolved. The discovery site, Fox Chase Woods, was not where he died. He was likely abducted and killed elsewhere, then brought for disposal. Who could deliver a tiny body nearly 20 miles to the outskirts? Possible suspects: someone mobile without a trace, someone with access to a bassinet box, someone capable of concealment, perhaps a foster parent, but no timeline, no witnesses, just 65 years of silence. Let's build a psychological sketch. The killer cleaned Joseph, haircut, nails. The body was distant, carefully boxed, suggesting a planning, calm method. The grooming and transport hint at someone intimate, a caregiver, babysitter, or foster parent. No body dump near home, no frantic actions after killing. They created false peace. Since identification, police released family photos for community review, asked for anyone who recalls a little boy in early 50s West Philly. They exhumed 8 other unidentified bodies nearby, hoping to identify more families. The remains identification project continues, staffed by police, FBI, and genealogists. In December 2022, after 65 years, DNA finally spoke. We learned the boy's name, Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born January 13, 1953, to Mary Elizabeth Plunkett and Augustus John Zarelli. Joseph lived in West Philadelphia. Both parents are now deceased, but half-siblings remain alive, some unaware until the announcement. At a January 2023 ceremony for his 70th birthday, his new headstone officially displayed his full name. Mourners included members of the Vidocq Society and the family of late Detective Thomas Augustine, who spent decades on the case. Joseph now has a place in history and in a family once unknown. Identification answers one question, but opens dozens more. Where did he live? West Philly neighborhoods around 61st and Market, possibly 64th and Callow Hill. Why was he alone in Fox Chase? He was likely killed elsewhere, then transported over 20 miles. Who could do this? Let's evaluate the strongest suspects. Natural parent or caregiver. Joseph endured surgical scars and grooming, perhaps medical care from a parent or housekeeper. The fact his hair and fingernails were clean suggests a caretaker who tried to conceal abuse. But no caregiver came forward. His own parents had died. No maternal credit linked. Foster or isolated guardian? Foster home theories were explored in the 1960s and 70s. Blankets, foster lineage, suspect family ties. Records show no child missing. Yet the dissonance between grooming and abandonment remains chilling. Predator passing through? No signs of sexual assault or stranger involvement. The box was bassinet-sized, a clue the killer used what they had. They carefully smoothed the blanket, as if preserving a photo opportunity. This case isn't just decades old, it's a living study in forensic science. In 2019, Joseph's remains were exhumed. Scientists extracted DNA and used forensic genetic genealogy to reconstruct his family tree. Experts from Identifinders International, including Colleen Fitzpatrick, and police used distant cousin matches, public records, and photos to zero in on his identity. This method has now solved dozens of cold cases through the DNA Doe Project and companies like Othram. Naming Joseph was just the first step. Now investigators want to trace his life. Did he attend preschool? Who cared for him? Which neighbors remember him? Authorities have exhumed 8 other unidentified bodies from near the Potter's Field, hoping to solve more mysteries. Let's try to understand the mind that murdered Joseph. Calculated abuser, cleaned and groomed the child, then violently killed him. Knew of surgical scars, possibly had a relationship or medical access. Transported body and care package, hidden in a box. This isn't a crime of opportunity. It's planned, practiced, and emotionally cold. Caregiver turned abuser. Someone with trust, a foster parent, nanny, or relative who crossed from care to cruelty. The quick grooming suggests bedside familiarity. The dumping suggests panic or fear, but is done with chilling detachment. Stranger psychopath, a transient predator, less likely. The child's grooming and transport point to someone who knew both Joseph and the medical family routine. Half-siblings and adopted family issued public pleas. If you remember a little boy, even a glimpse, please come forward. Shared old family photos, inviting recognition. Local press like CBS 3 and ABC 13 featured the appeal in January 2023. Police Commissioner Outlaw reminded the public at Joseph's headstone ceremony, this opens a new phase, one of witnesses, neighbors, caretakers. Similar cold cases solved through DNA, like Evelyn Cologne, Beth Doe, and Woodlawn Jane Doe, show names empower justice. Yet, even with identity, killers often remain free. Philadelphia warns, the case remains an active homicide investigation, but in 2025, detectives admit the killer may never be caught. A shadow to society's soul. Some residents, now elderly, recall a frazzled woman with a poorly behaved toddler, a young couple with a small boy who vanished from view. Someone is erratically buying baby blankets or grooming supplies. None came forward. Until now. Some trails are cool, some are chilling. It's a race against memory. So we ask you, did your parents or grandparents live near West Philly in the early 1950s? Do you recall a wounded child or someone struggling to hide a secret? Do you hold a piece of the truth? Share this video, tag Philly history pages, community groups, or memory keepers. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on cold case breakthroughs, because uncovering justice begins with remembering. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more gripping true crime breakdowns, mysteries, and criminal psychology stories, only on Twisted Case.